General bill, and it looks like you got what I call a prosecutor's bill that we give the state's attorney. How do you think it's going to play out in the legislature? And what do you think on that?
I have given up second guessing the legislature.
Okay, what would you like to see?
Well, I mean, if we're going to do an inspector general, I think all levels of government should be included, including the delegation. I think appointed officials should be under the same requirement. You have the hospital districts who are appointed. I mean, you don't get to pick and choose. It either should be totally countywide, meaning if you hold an office, you're subject to the inspector general, or really it's a sham.
Do you think does what they've developed violate the single subject rule?
The legislature? For the legislature in a bill? Single subject?
But the ethics task force, if it goes on the ballot, or I've heard some rumblings about whether the ethics task force is in violation of single subject.
I've not heard those rumblings. You know, the only thing I have heard is that that there have been some interesting personality issues on the Ethics Commission where they didn't want to bore their own ox. I mean, you've got lobbyists on the Ethics Commission who didn't want to pass a restriction about people who ran campaigns shouldn't be able to lobby the commission. There's an ethics group. They didn't want to do that. Ken Fink couldn't get a second.
You saw Stacy was saying to me that she's considering bringing that subject back. Do you support?
You bet.
Why?
Well, you know, let's talk about what's happening. There's really two different dynamics. One is reality and the other is perception, okay? And so a perceptional issue in the public has arisen to the point that it's overtaken the facts. What people see, nothing that they're proposing, you understand. I've not seen anything in their draft, Scott, and I apologize because I haven't read the latest draft. I've read everything else, but the very latest draft, I had to read the new 100-page in the local agreement for the Resource Recovery Board because the meeting was today. That was a bigger priority. But I've not seen where they're requiring anything of any significance restricting the activities of lobbyists who people see the ultimate, you know, rightly or wrongly, and I want to be misquoted, you know, if you ask the public what's wrong, they say, those lobbyists get all these favors, you know, they're really connected kind of thing. Well, about the only thing they're asking them to do is have an electronic sign-in so it's a searchable database. No restriction on people who, for example, campaign managers being able to come back in and lobby. I haven't seen him. Ken Fink made that motion. He didn't even get a second.